Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Hello again, everyone. When I did my main gear video, I realized afterwards that there was a few things that I forgot to show, even though that some of them were sitting right there next to me. Some of them I had forgotten to bring up and have with me. And there was some of those items that I had received from some family members, and I failed to give them a nice call out. My apologies on that to those of you. So I'm just going to run through a few quick little items here and talk about those, and especially the ones that I received as gifts. So the first one, I did show these, the gloves that I have for the cold weather time, and these were received just this past Christmas as a gift from my stepson and his fiance. So thank you to Shannon and Tori for these gloves. I've been using these a lot while out doing my conditioning hikes with the cold weather that we've had, and they do an outstanding job of keeping my hands warm even when it's just in the 20s. In addition to that, just this past Christmas, this pendant that I have on here, received this from my middle daughter and her fiance, and actually my wife has another one that goes with it, and I'll show a picture here of it and talk about those right here.
Okay, so here are the two pendants that we got. The one on the right is the one that was given to my wife, which has a dragon on it to represent me. I was born year of the dragon, and I'm also a Scorpio. Either one works for me. What they found was a dragon one. The one on the left has a phoenix on it, and my wife's maiden name, first name and last, when translated from Dutch, is reborn from fire, and that pretty well represents the phoenix, which when it dies it burns up and then is reborn from the ashes, so reborn from fire. So these are the two pendants that we were given.
So thank you very much, Amber and Josh. Really appreciate it, and I wear this every day already, and it's really going to mean a lot to me while I'm out on the trail. And also from that same future son-in-law, from Josh, Christmas year before last, he gave me this black diamond headlamp, which is pretty much exactly what I was looking for anyway, and I've already made a lot of use of it over the last year. Probably going to have to put new batteries in it before I leave to hit the trail. So again, thank you very much, Josh, and has definitely come in handy for me in a lot of the work that I've been doing around the house lately. So some of the other items that I have and that I didn't show, one of them is the pocket knife that I'll be carrying. This is a Gerber skeletonized knife, and it looks a lot heavier than it is. I actually had one that was a smaller blade than this that weighs more. This is extremely light, and a lot of times I forget that I even have it in my pocket. But it's a larger blade, and it's a lot more useful, a lot more handy for me for while I'm out on the trail. So in addition, things that I'll be carrying, of course, you've got your necessities for when it's time to go. So I've got my toilet paper, and I've got some dried wipes. All I have to do is add a little water to them, and I've got some handy wipes, and of course the trowel for digging cat holes. I know there's other ways to do it. Use your trekking poles, use a stick. Can't always find sticks that will work. They're too rotten, and I really don't want to put that kind of stress on the tips of my trekking poles for digging holes. This is pretty light, really doesn't weigh very much, fits on the back of the pack real easy, and does a good job in digging those holes. For the wet weather, just got these in this week. Didn't have these when I did the video before, but Frog Tog rain pants. So this will be really nice for those times when the rain gets really heavy. The times that we've been out in the rain, like last weekend and all, it wasn't heavy enough to even need them. our legs were generating enough heat that was keeping our pants dry. But for when it gets a heavier rain, this will be nice to have. And also for laundry time. So I can put everything else into the laundry, and I've got something to wear. So that'll be pretty nice to have. For part of my sleep system, I've got this Climate X pillow. I received this a couple years back through the Cairn package system, and I've used this on a couple of hikes. Works out really good. I'm one of those people, I need a pillow, and this is very, very light, just 2 1/4 ounces. You just blow it up, and it's got a nice indentation for your head to fit into. Really nice. I might add like a flannel cover for it just to make it feel a little bit nicer, but it does pretty good. For later on, when it gets warm, the bugs start coming out. I've got Repel insect repellent, the Sportsman Max. It's 40% DEET. This works really well for all the different bugs that are out there. Kind of a pain to have to wipe it all on, but do what you got to do, right? In addition, then, I've got my first aid toiletries bag here. So inside this, I've got, for when it really, really gets cold, if there's an issue or there's a hypothermia issue, I've got a Mylar space blanket, so which can add a lot of degrees of extra warmth. So if I ever run into a situation where hypothermia could be a risk, hopefully not for me, but for somebody else, I will break that out and make use of it. Then I've got my toothpaste and toothbrush and floss. I will probably cut this handle down just to make it all fit in a little better. It's kind of long. Not too worried about the weight. It's not going to make a big change in weight. Then in this bag I've got assorted bandages, elastic bandage, nail clippers, tick removal, some scissors, things like that. Just a few minor little things that hopefully won't need, but if I do, they're here. I will be adding a tube of Neosporin into that as well, just in case there's any cuts. The last thing I have in here kind of goes along with this hat, which you may have seen me move in my previous video because I moved it out of my way to get something else and I never came back and talked about it. So I got this hat a couple years ago, really nice wide brim hat. It is a little bit of a difficulty with my pack in the back. It tends to hit on my pack, so I don't wear it all the time. But when the bugs get really bad, if I decide I need to, I can break this out, and then I've got a head net that I can put on over it, and that'll keep it spread out away from my head good to where the bugs aren't going to be getting to me. Then I've also got another hat that I'll be carrying. The wide brim hat I'll probably wait until the warmer weather and I get the lighter stuff and have it for that. I don't think I'm going to really need it during the first part of the trail. When we were out hiking in the rain the other day, a problem I found when I had the hood up on my rain jacket is I could see the ground in front of me just fine. If I tried to see more than 15 feet in front of me, though, the hood was coming down in front of my eyes. My wife wasn't having that problem because she was wearing a ball cap. I didn't have any good, lightweight, quick-dry ball cap, so I just got in this week an outdoor research cap that is very lightweight, has a lot of mesh. It's not going to give any warmth, but I got the beanies for that. But this will help keep the front of the hood on my rain jacket out of my face. So that pretty much covers all the rest of the base gear. I've got a few more videos coming up before the first one of my trail videos. Got an event that's happening tomorrow morning that I'm going to video, and I should have that video up later this weekend. Something pretty big for me, and kind of lowering the base weight, you could say. Then I'll also be doing a video on our starting food, what I'll be carrying out at the beginning, and then later on I'll do another video of what I'm actually getting for resupply while I'm out on the trail. And then the final pre-hike video will be the trip down to Georgia and hiking the approach trail up to Springer Mountain. So that one you'll probably see around the first weekend of March, and then shortly after that, the video of that first few days actually hiking the Appalachian Trail. So I want to thank everybody who've joined me so far. I really appreciate it. I've gotten a lot of views on my videos. I've gotten a good number of subscribers already. I'm really surprised by the response that I've gotten. I really appreciate it, and I look forward to continuing to show you this adventure, and I hope you continue to join me. Thank you.